Yeah, in first year again, I still maintain excellence, though not as excellent as it was before, but I was still in top 10. And that led to my other level of where I saw God's handwork. Because after I finished first year, well, I forgot to tell you something. When I was in first year with all this struggle, one day I was in class, then there's a Mzungu who came to my class with a photo of me.
From where?
He got it from my SIM patron, the person, Mr. Diaga.
Oh, Diaga.
Yes. Dead things. So Mr. Diaga described my story to him, and so he came to
look for you.
In Jerome in class.
From Kapsabet? Because I'm sure
he used to stay in Nairobi. No, he used to stay in Nairobi, but they have a branch in Kapsabet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's under Trinity Fellowship. He was the director of Trinity Fellowship there. It's called Dawkins. So Mr. Dawkins looked for me with my photo. Then he asked me, "Are you this guy?
Wow.
Are you Beda?" Yes. Okay, I want to have a word with you. So went into his car, drove all the way to my room. Then we talked in my room. This is where I stay. Okay. He saw the kind of the situation I was in. Then he told me, "If you have any problem, let me know and help you." He actually first asked me, "Do you have any problem?" Then I told him, no. Of course, I have many problems, but this was a stranger to me. It was the first time I was meeting him. Mr. Diaga didn't prepare my mind that I would meet such a person. So the default answer is that I'm fine.
Yeah.
But after a week, I decided to just
say the truth.
So I just told him, actually, things are not fine. It was over the phone now. He gave me his phone number. They told me, actually, you're not fine. I was just waiting for you to open up. Yeah, so you can come over, but write a budget of what you want. Then you can come over, pick the money. So I wrote a budget of the things.
Open check, right? Whatever you want, you need.
Yeah. So I wrote a budget of the things I needed for that semester. Then I took to him. So the total came to 10,000 for that semester. What I
needed stuff worth 10,000.
No, it's stuff plus pocket money.
Yes.
For the whole of the semester.
And you were quiet about it. I'm fine.
So he actually gave me the 10,000. That revolutionized me in first year. At least I felt relieved. Then
this person just out of nowhere.
Yeah. Then in second year, I was now again to write a budget now for the whole year. For second year, which again I wrote. So this one came to about 20,000, which I also wrote, and he gave me the 20,000.
Wow.
Sorted myself out, but I didn't like the idea of doing a budget and telling someone this is what I want. I felt like I had to account for everything, and for him you have to account for everything.
Every single coin.
5 pence, 50 shillings, and he'll give you exactly that amount of money. So if I felt like this time I needed to go treat myself, I can't write that one. So anyway, I asked God to open a way for me, a permanent way for me when I was in second year. And sure enough, he did. When we did first year, there are 3 units that we do: anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. And in anatomy, there are a unique offer. For those who excel well, they give an offer of, we call it demonstrator, where you can, in your subsequent years, still be teaching or assisting in teaching first year's anatomy. So I told God I want to secure this one, and He opened the chance for me. So I prayed over it. I asked God to just
make a way
in this one. That time we were taking 10 students from each class, top 10. And I used to be in top 10. So, but it was very competitive. At times I would even be number 13, so it was each. Unfortunately, now here they say now they're going to take 4 only. And I wasn't near 4. I was initially 8, 10, 6 there. So I didn't know how it's going to be. But I still applied anyway. I still applied. I wasn't really among the top 4. But a unique thing happened. One of the people who was in the top 4 was not interested. So he didn't apply. Another person who was still in the top 4 actually applied, but he wasn't taken. I was actually number 6.
So 2 spots out.
So 2 spots out, we got a chance, but there was still a challenge. Number 6 was a tie with someone else. So they decided to use the other subjects to decide who goes, and so I managed to slip in.
Wow.
I feel it was a very narrow pass. God opened our way.
Wow.
So when I was in second year, picked now to be demonstrating, that liberated me financially. We used now to be paid 4,000 per month for teaching first years, and that's now around 2005. So I started teaching 2005 anatomy. So when that happened, I stopped the thing of doing my budget to the.
So you made do with the 4,000?
Yeah, that was okay for me. At least this was okay for me. I felt a bit caged about the other money that was requesting, and I told the Mzungu that now I've gotten another source of income, so I don't think I need this one. But in case of any trouble, I'll let you know. So he knew what I was doing, he knew what was going on, and I was really happy. So that's how second year went. After second year, I decided, okay, the university usually has an offer for this kind of students to do another degree. It's Bachelor of Science in Human Anatomy. You remember I was called to do medicine as a degree. Then now there's an offer to do Bachelor of Science in Human Anatomy after second year before third year. For a year. So I decided to take it up. So in 06, I did that course, finished. I graduated in 06, the first degree now with Bachelor of Science in Human Anatomy. I thank God I got a first class that time. We were 4. There were 3 first class and I was one of them. After that, now my salary scale was increased from 4,000 to 8,000 per month. I was becoming richer. Yeah, 2012. So I went back to third year, continued medical school, finished. Now I was supposed to finish in 2008, so I finished in 2009 because they lost 1 year.
Anatomy.
Yes, in anatomy. So after I cleared, and remember I continued teaching all through. When in third year, I continued teaching. When I was in fourth year, I continued teaching first year. So I'm just saying I'm still in salary.
Okay.
So financially, I was now sorted, and that is how God answered my financial struggles in medical school. Remember I told you, I gave you a picture of a very struggling first year and showing that it was, but this story totally changed. It humbled me, it taught me that God provides actually. Because for me, I look at how I got even the chance to demonstrate. I wasn't among the top 4. I looked at how bright other students were and privileged they were. They had the chance of scooping this chance, but I was among those who actually got the chance. And I think this was God opening a door for me and answering a prayer. So the first thing that I used to do thereafter were fasting out of choice, not out of I don't have a choice. Yeah, but my life in Christianity still grew. There's a time, I think the best of my moment in growth, in spiritual growth, was actually last year when I was going through all this trouble.
I think now you're answering the question.
Now I'm answering the question.
You had to go through
I had to
this.
go through
Lord,
this.
why me?
Because all those struggles actually strengthened me spiritually. If I look at the time that, that everyone has that year that you feel like this was the year of a steep slope in terms of spiritual growth, it was first year, second year. Because it's the time that I had to, those moments you say, God, you either come or I come. I think there's no other option. We can't be apart. Yeah, you either come or I come. Either way, one has to happen. So those were the prayers I used to make. You would pray and fast. I went out of choice or out of obligation, you had to pray. And that was first year, second year. So I think that really helped me. And actually in second year, I got challenged and I started initiating something with my classmates that really also boosted our prayer life. I used to feel bad when I see Muslims wake up at 5 a.m. to pray to their God, and we Christians sleep. I got challenged by that and I said, before they pray to their God, I'll pray to my God. And I managed to influence the minds of some 7 guys from my class in second year. I told them, now we'll be waking up so that by 5 a.m. we are praying. We didn't have a venue. We decided to be praying in graduation school of UN. So we call it Gethsemane. We came that day.
And which dogs were you in so that you can walk all the way?
Hall 1. Hall 1 is just the one next to the swimming pool, so you just walk across here. So we maintained that art of prayer almost every day, and I used to be the one who is waking them up and prayer. And I look back, that really helped me. Some of the prayers that I made that time, I see God answering them even out today, and I really thank God. They were not wasted days. There were days invested in prayer. I think that's the time that I prayed most in my life, actually, first year, second year. And now, to answer the former question that you asked, why I had to go through all this, I think it's through this that God really strengthened me. It is through this that I have the authority to now advise someone who is going through a similar situation.
Look into that camera and tell that person through what you...
There's some things which are difficult to understand unless you go through them. So I meet students, right now I'm a teacher, and I meet students who tell me what they're going through. And now I'm able to identify with the things they go through, and I'm able to advise accordingly. And I'm able, because I've seen both ends, I am able to now look at it from a bird's eye view and advise appropriately. If I didn't have this experience, I don't think I would. And actually it's through this testimony that I've given over and over again that now students are being find it easier to come to me and ask me, what can I do? And they tell me, I've heard your story, I am through this, what can I do? That is what they identify with. So if I didn't go through that, maybe students will not come to me in the numbers that they come to me. And maybe I'll not be able to help. Because there are people I've worked with, and there are people that I found that were about to come out of school. I may not mention their names here, but today they are doctors, and they tell me, I remain because you talked to me. And I think I talked to them because I knew what to say. And I knew what to say because God allowed me to go through the experience to say what I needed to say to them. So yeah, I look back, it was the best year of my spiritual growth. The best duration of my spiritual growth is the best time of my learning how to handle this aspect of my life. Yeah, so I finished medical school. At least now it was a bit of bed of roses after I got the employment by the university. Finishing medical school in 2009, I went for internship in 2010. It was just across in Kangundo, but I still had links to the university. I still used to come teach, because for me, now on that anatomy, I loved anatomy, and for me it was not just anatomy. Actually, I will tell you something. When I got the chance to do BSc anatomy, remembering that it's a class of about 300, and only 4 got it, and I was among the 4.
Yes.
Not necessarily among the top 4 in terms of performance.
You got through.
It was it was a narrow passage. Yeah. In one of my prayers, when I was reflecting on why I had to get it, I felt like I was convinced it was not about the money. It was not about the fact that God was sorting out my financial needs. That was an AOB. I felt the burden was that it was about mentorship. It is about passing on the mantle to the newer generation, the people who are coming in. What kind of teachings do you want them to have when they come from first year? How do they transit to second year? How do they link with the senior students? For me, it was more about that mentorship, that link. So I picked it from there, and actually I've made it like a routine. Every year I have to identify with the first years. I open my doors for them. Actually, the ones in Christian Union, I even take the leadership, the committee members. Sometimes just to come for sleepover at home, and we just talk overnight.
Wow.
And I advise them on how to be. And that's something that I've maintained all the years, actually. Even this year, I'm about to do that to the new class. So it's something that I've been doing all through.
So how do you, what do you tell your students? Okay, of course they already know our lecturer is a born again believer. So how do you get to tell them, like now they're first years, or you mean in the CU?
Mostly it's okay. I work in an open door policy. Anyone can come, at least at the school level. Anyone can come. It doesn't have to be your CU member, no, because there I'm responsible as a lecturer. But even as a lecturer, I work on an open door policy. They already know that I am approachable, so they can come. So some of them identify with me not really because I'm a Christian, but because I'm approachable. Yeah, and some of them have heard my story, so they may have chosen what to hear. They may have chosen to understand my Christian growth. They may have chosen to understand my struggles. They have chosen to understand my academic excellence. Whatever they identify with, one thing they'll identify with, and they'll come to me and they'll ask me for advice, which I'll give them. Yeah, that's how it has been. And so anyone comes. But now for the ones in the CU, I usually go ahead and try to be born with them, because I have a responsibility of just mentorship in terms of Christian values. So for them, I have to go a stretch ahead and even invite them home. But now I can't invite everyone, so I only invite the executive committee of the class fellowship. And one of the things we do is just to share our stories. Yeah. And from that, I've discovered that people have gone through once in some of them. There are some that I'll not mention their name here, because I didn't ask their permission, but I feel like they've gone through us. And it's through my interaction with them, walking with them, that their series hold up to today. Actually, one of them, I was meeting her recently, and she tells me, do you remember those days? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that because for you, being a medical practitioner, being a lecturer, it's not about the lecturing, it's what is God using me to do at this particular moment in time. So being a lecturer is the platform that God has given you to reach out to your students. You're like their pastor.
That's it, actually. It was the platform that God provided. And I thank God for that revelation coming to me, that it was not about the finances. It was about the mentorship. For me, that was, yeah, if you put it, the discipleship, that was what was it. Okay. It wasn't about the finances. So my finances were sorted, but I knew I had a responsibility. Yeah, and that responsibility is still there up to today. And yeah, I still pray God to give me the strength. Right now, the numbers have become so many. And now many have identified the story. So every time I'm in my office, their masters will come in.
Wow.
And sometimes I feel like, okay, now I have to run around. Now I have this class to teach. I need to be on call. How do I give time?
Let's just understand why you're because I know you've done a master's in, I don't know, something medical. Yes. Right? And now, right now you're doing a master's currently. This is the second master's in radiology.
Yes.
And then parallel to that, you're doing your PhD in anatomy.
Yes.
And you're a lecturer of medical lecturer in here and there, and you've published. You have 62 publications.
Yeah, right now 62 publications at this point in time.
And you had the time to come here.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. The point is that I think life is not about priority. What is your priority in life?
Mm-hmm.
And that's important, and especially when you realize what needs to be done and what do you put much of your time in. Like for me, this is an important occasion. I know this is part of what God expects me to do.
Mm-hmm.
So this is part of God.
Mm-hmm.
We usually have a lot of time actually. Even the busiest of people usually have a lot. If you look at your 24-hour, even if I say I'm a doctor, I work. Most of the time I'll not be working for those 24 hours. Mm-hmm. Most of the time I'll be working for, if it stretches so much, maybe 12 hours. So it means I still have some 12 hours to account for. How do you spend these other 12 hours? Matters a lot. You can maximize on the hours that you have, actually do something more creative.
Mm-hmm.
You can decide to relax, which is still okay, but do you relax every other time? That also matters a lot. Mm-hmm. So I think it's more about planning your time. I would still say I am still feeling stretched because I teach in Nairobi University, yes, as a lecturer, but I also have part-time teaching in many other universities which I have to still handle. Like I teach in Beda University, I teach in Kenyatta University, I teach in Kirinyaga University. I know you're wondering how I manage that when it's 2 hours away. I teach in Amref, Kenya, and I also teach in Aga Khan University. And you wonder, how do I handle all that? But the good thing is that for those other universities, it's part-time lecturing. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's just 1 hour lecture, which is 2 to 3 hours per week. Mm-hmm. So you just say on Friday, maybe the lecture is 4 to 6 p.m. Mm-hmm. So I know Fridays 4 to 6 p.m. I am in Daystar, for example. Okay. Yeah, so it's something that is easy to handle as long as you plan your days well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, it doesn't give me a lot of breathing space, I confess.
Alright, so giving your parting shot, looking back this entire story from lack of food, from lack of school fees to, you can't even speak English your entire primary school until, I don't know, is it high school?
So, yeah, sometimes in Form 2.
And how, the Lord has made you, probably in this, you've not been the best, but in education, in academics, He's made you excel. And then looking back, and now you're this medical doctor who is great. What would you like to tell that person who feels, I'm just about to give up? I have dreams, I'm just about to give up. Can God hear me? I mean, give them your parting shot.
Well, let me give the parting shot in a few minutes, not in 1 minute. For me, I think looking back, I realized that God was molding me for something. And that makes me answer your question directly. God understands, and we are children of God. God knows what we go through in every person. God knows what you're going through. And that means that you're able to live that life concerning, okay, you have to live that life in a way that honors God. For me, what I would say is that if you look at it in terms of how God has brought me, I realize one thing. I am not responsible for that past, but I'm responsible for the future that I want to become. Because I look back, the struggles I went through, the difficulties that I encountered, it was really a rough ride. If I'd given up at any given time, I'll not be where I am right now. Mm-hmm. So that's one lesson I learned. I am not responsible for my past, however ugly it is. And I would want to tell someone who, maybe your parents died, maybe they divorced, maybe your mother doesn't teach you the right way, maybe your father beats you, or whatever he did to you or she did to you, whether they were there as parents to give you comfort, emotional or not, you are not responsible for that. But there's something you are responsible for. You are responsible for a kind of a future, the kind of a mother, the kind of a wife, the kind of a father, the kind of a brother you want to become in life, the kind of a profession you want to become. That one you are responsible for. You are not responsible for that past. The other thing that I understood quite well, we are engraved in the plans of God. I wouldn't have known what God was planning for me. I wouldn't have gotten it. But right now I see that God was planning for something. I didn't know that I would ever be a teacher when I was in high school. I didn't know. But right now I am a teacher and I like what I'm doing. And through my teaching, I've reached the hearts of many, I've found many friends. Through this, I have encouraged many people. Maybe I wouldn't have done so much if I wasn't a teacher. So it teaches me that it's more about understanding that you are engraved in the plans of God. Yeah, let me say something also about my academic life, then I'll tell you something briefly about my family life.
Yes.
I told you that I came to do medicine. Then in 2006, I did BSc Anatomy. So I graduated in BSc Anatomy first class. Then in 2009, I graduated with medicine. So by 2009, I had 2 degrees. I went for internship in 2010. Then when in internship, I got a letter from the university offering me a scholarship to come do Masters in Human Anatomy. So after internship, I came back to school direct to do Masters in Human Anatomy. So I did it from 2011 up to 2014, where to 3 years, then I graduated Masters in Human Anatomy. So during this time, this is the time that the university now employed me officially to be teacher. That time it was, the capacity was tutorial fellow because I didn't have the Masters. Then after I got the Masters now, I got promoted now to the lecturer position in 2014. After that, 2014, I felt like now I really needed to fix my social life. So I took a break from my academic, busy academic life, and I said I needed to fix my social life. So by this time, I had a girlfriend already, a fiancée. We walked together. She also feared God, and typically the kind of a person I'd have wished to be a wife. So when I realized that it was working out well, from 2014...
You got down on one knee.
I made the plans. Now we have to work towards the marriage. So I worked on the relationship.
So there's some things you had to sacrifice academically. Is that what you mean that you...
Yeah, I didn't want to get into another master's immediately.
Okay,
I wanted to fix my social life first. And in terms of, well, the working, I was still working to get the resources to plan for my wedding, but also create more time to know this person more.
Yes.
Yeah, things like that. Yeah, so 2006, we tied the knots. So we had our wedding. We had our wedding in 2006. And by this time during our courtship, I'd already made her know that I wish to do masters in medical course in a clinical area, because you see, masters in human anatomy is more for research based.
Is she also a medical?
She's a nurse.
Okay.
She's a nurse.
Kukomplimentiana nayo.
Yeah, those were my scope.
I tell you.
So anyway,
all others vote for the scope. Hey, teachers, you.
At least I realized that God
will exchange notes at home. So this bacteria is...
Funny enough, we don't discuss medicine at home. We discuss ourselves, which is important. Yeah, so in 2016, we got married. Yeah, we tied the knot in April. But during this time, even before the wedding, she already knew that I would be looking forward to do another master's now in a clinical area, because masters of anatomy is not clinical. It's more research and teaching based. So right now, when we were going through this, she knew that, yeah. And in the same 2016, I actually studied my master's. So I'm now in second year in Masters of Medicine.
She goes by the name?
She's called Violet.
Violet.
Yeah.
Beda.
Okay. Actually, you know, Beda is my first name.
Okay, Mrs.
She doesn't really use my name per se.
Okay.
Yeah, she's Violet Achin.
Shout out Bayo!
Yeah.
You call her Bayo?
Yeah, no, call her sweeter names than that.
Okay, shout outs.
Yeah, you can call her Bayo. Yeah, so far we're just the two of us trusting God for children. Not
They
yet.
come,
Yeah.
triplets, quadruplets, octuplets, all of
At
them.
the appointed time.
Amen.
Yeah. So that's where I am at the moment. I wasn't teaching all these schools all this time. These are avenues that God has actually just opened up slowly.
And these students, these are your children. This is your household God has given you.
True.
Yeah.
These many schools, God opened those chances largely after my masters. When now after I finished masters, because I was looking at how do I live in Nairobi, manage, you know, the life in Nairobi is a bit expensive. You pay rent, you run around, and it's all expensive. So I needed, and expectations at home. Actually, our society is not that favorable. When people know that you're a doctor, the expectations are also high, even from the people who hated your father, not even just you. And they still have expectations, and how to manage all of them becomes very difficult. So for me, getting another source of income was God's open way. And I also meet many students who share with me their story, and it's difficult to just tell someone that God will provide and give them them. Yeah, you tell them God will provide, but you have to be also a source of God's provision to them. Yeah, so that kind of thing. So I realized that I needed to make more than what Nairobi University pays me.
Yeah, not just for yourself,
Yeah.
but this
So
household
that
God
I'm
has
able,
given you.
yeah, so that I'm able to handle the many things that I do. Like right now, the students I support continuously, and it's because they came to me and they told me what they're going through. So I know they'll also be able to share their testimony to others. Yeah, I also am attached to some mission organization where I like mission work. Yeah, I am attached to Mission Campaign Network, it's called MCN. And we work together. That's it. In a nutshell, so what I would say is, I think just walk in the Lord. Your story is engraved in God. Don't look at your past, it's more about your future.
Wow. You know, we don't even feel like stopping, but we just have to stop somewhere. But thank you so much, Beda, for sharing your story. I'm sure somebody, not only in Kenya, but in the entire universe has listened to that. And I'm sure has been touched somewhere. Their life has been, their mind has been changed, you know, towards this great God who is, He will never leave us nor forsake us. But sometimes we go through some things for a reason. And we've had your reason, and so we are so encouraged. So for these and more stories, please subscribe to the channel. We're going to be giving you more of these amazing uplifting stories. And if you like this particular testimony, give it a thumbs up. We'll see you next week. I don't know what I'm saying, just brutal. Stop. We will give it an outro. Stop laughing. Wow.
Thanks.
Beda, this is uplifting just for us, leave alone. What there is recorded there. Tunashukuru sana.